thought was amazing is within this short period of time, from last year to this year and the year before, the year prior to that, you have been able to establish and cornerstone your ability to market and showcase through these shows art in a way nobody will be able to challenge you, because you have the foresight to pare down the shows. You have the foresight to focus it in. You have the infrastructure in place. And I don't see any other organization challenging you at this point, not for good quality shows.
Well, thanks for saying that. I mean, I think that in the Hamptons where we live, you know, we have a lot of friends and contacts. So this year we've pulled, really everybody is sort of endorsing us. We have 11 cultural partners, and they range from the Power Shop Museum to Guildhall to Longhouse Reserve to Polly Krasner House to the Jewish Center of the Hamptons to the Ross School to the Hamptons Film Festival to, you know, it just goes on and on and on. So basically everybody's inviting all their members and people, so we expect to have a record-breaking
this will be a great
8,000
year.
to 10,000 people to come.
Wow.
You know,
wow.
We're looking for...
And the physical locale?
Is at Sayre Park in Bridgehampton, which is right behind the Bridgehampton Commons and next to Martyrs and where the Hamptons Classic Field is. That's 5 acres, and we're building a 50,000 square foot building, and we've never done this before, but one big spectacular building. They're coming from Miami to do this. It's the most sophisticated
Is it prefab?
It's a modular 10 building, but it's one
fabulous.
big building. It's about a block and a half long.
Fabulous.
And actually going to take them 2 weeks to build. Working around the clock. It's the largest modular building ever built on Long Island.
And where do you go when you want to unwind? Where do you get to decork?
You know,
got to decork this year. It's a lot of growth.
I don't know. We actually, I just was up in Martha's Vineyard and Cape Cod there, sort of looking at there. That's another great art scene up there. It's amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like everywhere you go, there's galleries at every corner. It's amazing.
So you think you'd still begin to grow these shows and focus on smaller venues of higher quality art?
I mean, we want to, you know, we can't, we're not really going to grow the shows that much because they are really what we want, like 70 dealers. That's about a good show, 70 minutes. So that's about where we are. And I think, you know, the quality is important, so we keep the quality up. You know, the caliber of the gallery is really important. We're always looking for new markets and see.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I mean, we're just looking at what other market maybe can.
You would grow into other markets, is what I had meant.
We might add one event a year, kind of thing, because you know it's hard.
Well, you're still young. You can do it.
Thank you. But it's hard work, and it's a lot of hours, and we try to really put it together such that it's going to really work. And marketing is important. And thank you for saying that. We have a good marketing program. And
you do the best show of anyone.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, we work with the media, and we, you know, this year, I mean, our magazine sponsors are people like, you know, Art in America and Louise Blauman Media's, you know, Art and Auction, and Martin Painters, and Art Info, and Art Net, and American Art Collector, and the art newspapers. I mean, we're really working with everybody all the time, as well locally here. All the Hamptons publications basically are our partners. So we have full cooperation.
Do you know Jennifer Roberts? She used to be the publisher.
Sure. Yeah. Now Jennifer Roberts is now running Modern Magazine, right? And Modern Magazine is a sponsor too.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, bless her heart, she's making a go of it there in this whole design sector, you know, which is trying.
She's a very lovely person.
She is, yeah.
She's I know her through, her father was John Roberts, who was one of the sponsors of Woodstock. He owned it with Michael Lang and one other person whom I forget.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah,
that's interesting.
Yeah, and I have the Woodstock art, so I hear from her every now and then. I have that collection.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. But she's really a terrific person, and that wasn't an easy magazine to get off the ground. And I think she brings cachet. A lot of the magazines that you've collected bring tremendous cachet. You offer them a focus that they wouldn't have ordinarily. And it's a beautiful marriage in order to grow an art market that can afford to still continue to grow, because where else can you invest? And I really have never liked to promote art as an investment, but in today's world, it's one of the few areas you can really invest and hope, if you're wisely placed, to get a phenomenal return on what it is you're collecting.
I do. I mean, I myself have You know, I sort of eat my own cooking, and I've now bought 135 paintings, museum paintings,
Wow.
in the past 6 years.
Wow.
So I think that's one every maybe 45 minutes or something. But it, you know, and I've just bought a major John Chamberlain, and
Wow.
And I think
Wow.
that I still believe that art is an investment. If you buy the masses and buy the big names, that, you know, it is an asset that probably will grow, and if you buy it smartly and keep it, and there you go.
If you get it, if you really have an idea how the career is going to go and who's going to nothing is guaranteed.
No, nothing is guaranteed.
Nothing is guaranteed.
You know,
but if you do it wisely and watch the marketing and watch the academics and watch the placement of things, you can do pretty well.
I think it's important to have a relationship with gallery owners that, you know, can think about you as a long-term client, and they really want to work with you and really want to grow your collection and really understand that you're in it for the long term. I think that's important. So I encourage collectors to think about that and really, you know, really create good, long-standing relationships, and let them know that they're going to be around for years and years, and thinking long term. And there's things that they can buy and sell together and do. I mean, we're just, you buy it, you may want to sell it back to them again, and then maybe buy something else and step up. And I've done that, and I've traded pieces before.
Well, I know that on the floor of your show that the museums do come in to buy. I've been there. I've watched it. Yeah, I watched it. Larry Rivers.
Especially in Aspen.
Yeah.
It's been a really, all the curators were there looking at buying. Yeah.
Oh, that must have been a fun party.
It is, and you're right. The museums were looking to buy Larry Rivers' painting, which actually was eventually the last Confederate soldier.
And that
piece
an interesting
did
piece,
actually sell to the San Francisco MoMA for I think 1.2 million.
Yeah, I remember, and there was another museum I think interested also.
Yeah, there was.
Out of the area, not in San Francisco.
There were discussions about that, right? And
I remember
they never
that.
Put that together, but.
Well, it's important to have. Well, Larry was like a local, nationally known artist.
Sure, of course.
You know, and then I noticed last year a good many people did very, very well.
Well, we did well. And just talking about national, this year a Lifetime Achievement Award is going to a local painter named Mary Abbott, bless her heart, 90 years old, and she painted, you know, she was part of the New York School. She was first generation part of the New York School, and she painted with de Kooning, and she was in the stable shows with all those great artists of that era. And she will be there Saturday on July 9, and she will be signing her book, but she'll be in the McCormick Gallery, so that's really important.
Oh, how
so
lovely,
people can come and meet her. Mary Abbott, and I must confess, the first painting I bought when I started buying, I bought a Mary Abbott like 6 years ago. And I said,
did you really?
This is a great piece, and this, and I started buying the second one, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, and I created a monster. But
that's lovely, though.
That's really great. Yeah. The other thing is I want to point out special things that are going on is we have Arts Patron of the Year, and we're giving it to Russell Simmons and his brother Danny Simmons, the artist and writer. And really because they're involved with their Rush Foundation for the Arts, where they help 2,000 young kids, underprivileged kids, discover arts and hopefully benefit and grow through the arts. So we felt that's a nice charity, so we're very supportive of that. So he's going to be there on Saturday from 5 to 6 signing his book in the Collector's Lounge. Both of them will be there and get a chance to meet and get to know them better.
Well, he's a great mentor, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
I actually admire his.
He does help. One of the missions of the Rush Foundation is to help up and coming black artists and give them gallery spaces and help and promote them. So he does help the careers of a lot of up and coming artists. So he's very committed, and it's great to be able to honor him.
Oh yeah, definitely, and he's been very active in this community for a while.
He has been. He lives here, and he does his big Arts for Life party, which is coming up 2 weeks after our show. Other things that are of note, we're going to discover Andy Warhol in our show. How
exciting!
We're doing a gallery, Kiwi gallery from Miami, has an artist that spent time with Warhol in the 60s in the factory, shot a lot of pictures of him, and is going to be showing. His name William Kennedy is the artist.
Oh, interesting. Yes.
He's going to be showing his collection of photos that he did with Andy in the factory.
Yes.
With Robert Indiana was there and several other people. And one of the people that was shot there and will be coming to visit us is Ultraviolet, who was a movie.
Oh,
star.
yes, yes,
So
yes,
Ultraviolet
yes,
will be coming and
yes.
making an appearance on Saturday and signing a book.
Yes. Oh, excellent.
Which she says, famous for 15 minutes, My Years with Andy Warhol.
Yes, yes.
And as well as the poet and actor Taylor Mead will also be coming.
Oh, really?
So yeah, it's sort of a resurrecting the factory from 1960s. So we're going to do that there on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday.